Hello, welcome to my channel. I am Julia, a hypnotherapist and spiritual coach. Today I want to talk briefly about hypnotherapy. What does it mean? What is it good for? So I wanted to make a quick video about that without boring you too much with a lot of details. So the topics for today's video are: what is hypnosis, what is hypnotherapy for, and how does a hypnotherapy session work? Hypnosis. This is a word that a lot of people are even afraid of just hearing it because they believe that this is something related to magic or something mystical. But in fact, this is something that it's happening to all of us on a daily basis. Is that state of mind when we feel completely absorbed and focused on something that we become unaware of everything else that is going on around us. And I'm pretty sure you've experienced that when you're driving, for instance, and your mind is so focused on something that you don't even know how you got to your destination. Has that happened to you? Or when you watch a movie and you're so absorbed in the action of the movie that if someone talks to you or they call your name, you don't even hear a word they say. Hypnosis is not a state of sleep. A lot of people believe that's what it is, it's sleep. But I would say it's quite the opposite, because this is a form of awakening. But we will talk about that a bit more later. So for centuries now, hypnosis has come in and out of people's attention, but so far there has been enough scientific research and evidence that hypnosis is extremely effective in eradicating fears, overcoming addictions, managing stress, heal trauma, or even physical pain. Hypnosis is often associated with stage shows. You might have seen shows with hypnosis, and it's associated with mystical things, like I said, but there is nothing mystical about hypnosis and hypnotherapy. In therapy, hypnosis usually involves the person experiencing a deep feeling of relaxation, with their attention focused inwards, and at that time, appropriate suggestions are made by the therapist. The therapist is essentially a tour guide of the patient's subconscious mind. The patient is assisted and guided while they're exploring their own subconscious mind. Hypnotherapy uses the power of words to create positive changes. And you can change your habits, your behavior, your attitude, or even a physical symptom using hypnosis. Hypnosis involves the induction of a trance-like condition, and when in it, the patient is in a state of greater awareness, focusing entirely on the voice of the hypnotist. In this state, the conscious mind is suppressed and the subconscious mind is revealed, which is the purpose of hypnosis. The therapist is able to suggest ideas, concepts, and lifestyle adjustments to the patient. Hypnotherapy is kind of a psychotherapy because it aims to reprogram patterns of behavior within the mind, enabling irrational fears, phobias, negative thoughts, and suppressed emotions to come to the surface to be dealt with. And it's a fantastic and a powerful thing. Hypnosis works by altering our state of consciousness so that the left analytical side of the brain is turned off while the right non-analytical side is made more alert. So the conscious mind control is inhibited. The control of the conscious mind is inhibited and the subconscious mind awakens. For example, a patient who consciously wants to overcome the fear of heights can try everything they can consciously to do so, but will fail as long as their subconscious mind keeps that fear that prevents the patient from overcoming. Many people fear that during the hypnosis session they will be controlled by the therapist, but the truth is that the patient has complete control over their experience. The therapist only gives suggestions to the subconscious mind, but ultimately the patient is the one who makes the decisions to change certain behaviors or habits. So you will not reveal your deepest, darkest secrets because you are the one in control. You will only follow the instructions that are morally suited for you. If there are things you don't want the therapist to know, there is no way that you will feel compelled to share this. Another fear that people have about hypnosis is that they'll be stuck in a trance or that they will not be able to wake up from it. That has never happened to anyone. The trance is simply a very relaxed state, and the patient is always aware of what is going on around them. There's also a misconception among some people that they cannot be hypnotized. They might say, well, I'm a control freak, I have a strong mind, I'm stubborn. But I just gave you the example at the beginning of the video that watching a movie or driving, it's pretty much hypnotic. It can be hypnotic, and that person can be completely absorbed in that action. And that is hypnosis. This can also happen when you read a book or when you're deeply focused on your work, on your computer, and suddenly you hear someone calling your name or your phone or your doorbell rings. That voice that calls you, or the noise coming out of your phone or doorbell, seems so far away from you that sometimes it is necessary to hear that voice calling you several times or the phone ringing repeatedly so you can react to that. The essence of hypnosis is the intense concentration on something, excluding anything else. When the focus is on the voice of the hypnotherapist who suggests positive changes to your behavior, that's when the hypnosis becomes an extremely powerful and beneficial experience. You are more capable of perceiving suggestions when you are in a deep state of focus. In hypnotherapy, there is something called suggestion therapy, which is used more often by hypnotherapists, and this is exactly what it says: suggestions. The hypnotherapist makes suggestions to the subconscious mind to improve or solve certain problems that a client has. And then there is the regression therapy, and this is simply going back in time. The hypnotherapist can bring a patient back to the events of their life or even back to a past life. I'm actually going to record a separate video about regression and past life regressions next week, so stay tuned for that. By the way, if you're still here with me right now, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Now that you know a little bit about hypnotherapy, let's go to the second part of the video. What is hypnotherapy good for? Suggestion hypnotherapy can be used for losing weight and developing healthy eating habits. It can be used for stress management, pain management, quit smoking, overcoming an addiction, developing healthy self-esteem, healing phobias and irrational fears, overcoming shyness or fear of speaking in public, improving sleep, improve concentration at work, and stopping procrastination. Eliminate bad habits such as biting your nails or self-harm, and so much more. The hypnotic regression is a journey back in time to recover memories and explore past events, and this is a profoundly transformative work. All our experiences since birth and even before are recorded in our bodies, minds, and soul. And through regression, you can find the root of a problem, going back to childhood or even further back to a past life to find a traumatic event that has been repressed and that is blocking you now in your present life. You will find repetitive patterns, contracts, agreements, perceptions, and beliefs that were sometimes formed on a subconscious level. So going back in time through hypnotic regression can bring new perspective and healing for people in a way that no other therapy can accomplish. Hence, regression can be a powerful tool for healing. There is also the past life regression, which is something that I'm very passionate about. And when someone has tried everything to solve a problem, the past life regression can often provide the insight and the answers that they're looking for. Like I said, I'm going to make a separate video on this subject, and we just got to the third part of the video. How does a hypnosis session take place and what happens during that time? Generally, at the beginning of the session, a few questions are asked to the patient or client. Getting and sharing the right information at the beginning is determining what happens during the rest of the session. The next step is induction, and this is the process in which the customer is guided into a very relaxed state, also known as hypnosis. The entire time during the induction and while the client is in that very relaxed state, they are going to hear everything and be aware of everything that is going on. After this, the therapist will use suggestion, regression, or past life regression therapy, all depending on the client and the issues that need to be addressed. At the end of the hypnosis session, there is a post-hypnotic suggestion that is given to the patient, which is a trigger for the client or the patient to use once they left or once the session is over. The final part of the session is simply to get the client out of the trance, and this is a very simple process. Like I said, there is no danger in getting stuck into trance or hypnosis. And if I may say so, being hypnotized is an extremely relaxing and enjoyable experience. My first ever patient was my mother, actually, and she has quit smoking after 50 years, after nearly 15 years of smoking, and she quit smoking after just one session. And then, of course, I had a lot of positive results with many other patients, and I'm positive that hypnosis works, and I've experienced it on myself, actually, especially with past life regressions. Okay, so my dear friends, we have come to the end of the video, and if you found meaning in it, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. I believe that hypnosis is a very powerful tool, and if I can help you with one session, I actually offer a free initial consultation. And you can find the details in the description box below. You can find the link towards my website right there. And I would be happy to help you with a free consultation in the beginning. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below, and let me know if you've ever experienced hypnosis and how did that feel for you and how did that work for you. I would love to read about that. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.